And you are live.
Oh, we live, man.
And you are live.
Hi.
What's up, y'all?
Mm.
Look like I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you do. So, baby, not crazy.
Here you are. Look, y'all, the views expressed on this show tonight solely. I don't
not crazy.
listen. I'm not gonna be involved in this tonight.
I am not
At
involved.
the radio station.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. They can still see us. Don't worry. I just need to do this. So I'm gonna have to try to type it because y'all know I ain't good at that. Okay, baby, let's do our plugs. Okay, y'all, I have put the radio station up. Y'all, we're doing the thing. We're peaking and everything. We got like 500 people already, and you know,
It's working out real
people are
good.
spreading out and listening to the different shows that we got going on.
I think we rocking it, y'all. We rocking it.
Yeah. So tune in to Untapped Music Radio from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day. 14 hours, non-stop, no commercial free. Where they do that at? That's what my sister
Right
said.
here on
Untapped Music Radio, y'all. Into you. Tune in.
500 listeners, man. That's a blessing.
Yeah, already. So
yeah, we had a whack DJ take over today.
Oh yeah. But then I got I got a new show on the on Untapped Music Radio. It's called T's Liquor House Mix. Y'all gotta get it. Hey Eleanor.
She early tonight.
Yeah, where's Steve at? Tell him come on.
Don't cut it out. Eleanor, what's up?
So y'all listen, like my husband got the Quiet Storm from 8 to 10, but before the Quiet Storm is T's Liquor House Mix. Cause you know how you go to, well, it used to be called the Hole in the Wall. Back way, it used to be called the Juke Joint. And now it's called like the After Hour Joint, I think. Okay, I'll be good. And so I have the type of music they usually play.
I'm cold. What do you mean? It's cold.
I can imagine.
So put a blanket on. Get you a sweater or something.
So anyway, T's
Liquor House
Mix will be right before the Quiet Storm. So listen to Untapped Music Radio, y'all.
It's on the night, so y'all.
Yeah, but by the time we get
Hole in the Wall.
No, because if they go listen, then they won't.
No, I'm saying listen to the Quiet Storm tonight.
Oh.
It's a special ladies edition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what else I got going? Guys, oh my God. The radio station has taken over me. But the Corona Chronicles is still for sale, $25. The Power of God is still for sale, $15 and $3 shipping and handling. Got a blanket, socks, and ugly thick gal. She cold.
Get you a heated blanket. Or get you a Steve and cuddle up.
I was giving, see, I didn't say it. I might have been thinking it, but I didn't say it.
Anyway.
Anyway, that's all that I got going on. Besides, I'm still, helping small businesses and getting up and running. And if you are interested in getting a spot on the show, on the radio station, get it now while it's up.
Contact us.
Yeah, contact us now because those spots are filling
I
up.
got December 1st. I got a couple DJs jumping on.
Yeah,
So
so
spots is moving quick.
and it's only $25, and soon those spots are going to go up. Trust me. Right now they're $25 for 8 hours, 25 a month for 8 hours. Get your spot. You if you're not a DJ, you don't necessarily have to be. My sister has a show on called Sister Talk. It's really good, y'all.
Yeah, y'all tuned into that.
Matter of
Friday.
fact, yeah, Fridays from 7:30 to 8:30. Matter of fact, her subject inspired me to talk about the subject tonight. And let's see what else. What else, baby?
We got the
We got the DJs, of course. The whack DJs is doing their thing.
yeah. The Power of God book is still for sale.
Yes.
From My Rib will be finished soon, prayerfully. It seemed like since we got this radio station, man, it's been Darren L. Hatchett. What's happening? Since we got this radio station, it's a lot of stuff. It's 29.
Oh my goodness! And with growth, with snow.
Where are you, Eleanor? You in North Jersey? I mean, you in Jersey?
There's snowing in Virginia too, though.
Yeah, I know.
I hope it don't come down here. Keep it up there. We don't want none.
It ain't snowing in the ATA.
And I hope it don't. Anyway, so get your spot. If you're a DJ, get your spot, $25 a month, 8 hours.
8 hours a month.
Yep. If you have a talk show and you need a spot.
Oh, you're in VA.
Yep, it sure is snowing there. Sure is.
You could do a podcast, you could do a talk show, you could do a live DJ set, you could do a set and upload it. Whatever you want to do,
you just gotta get your spot for $25, 8 hours a month.
The spots that go, oh, pardon me, y'all.
Yeah, they're going fast.
I'm really sleepy.
So that's all that I got going on. Because, like I said, the radio is consuming me, but I'm still trying to do what I'm, the normal work that I'm doing.
We just got a new artist that's coming down.
Yes, y'all. And he is a full-blown artist. He will be on the record label. We will be doing artist development with him. My husband will be producing him. He is full. He signed the contract, y'all. Mm-hmm. So we have another artist. He's a club artist.
He does house music.
Yeah, he does house music.
And he's only 21. That's strange.
He's young.
But we're gonna make it do what it does.
Bring some oatmeal.
What's she say?
Time for a visit, wouldn't you say? Until spring.
Yeah, there's a spot on the couch for you. Ellen, that's my girl, man. She knows she will.
What you got going on, babe? The radio. That's all you got going on. Oh no, he's got some news. Tell him your news, babe. Go ahead. Tell him.
I don't have no news.
Yes. Tell him.
What? What news? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Hi, Eunice.
Eunice, what up, cuz?
You told him.
Oh, well, I don't know if y'all saw in the feed today, but Toe Tap Tuesdays will be live again. We're gonna be up and running. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live stream, but you will get the same toe tap experience that you got when I was on Facebook Live, but it'll be on the radio this time, and we don't have to worry about cutoffs. I can play the songs that I really want to play, and we might could tap out for 2 hours.
Yay!
You might be able to tap out for 2 hours, y'all. So,
oh yeah, I like the variety. But I don't know about the variety because then you don't have no excuse to cook it for 2 hours. or 5 hours.
Y'all still talking about that beat up opium? They don't get out of here. So
So till Tuesdays is coming back.
next
Yay!
Tuesday, I'm gonna be going on. I'll have a we gonna rock out next Tuesday, which is the 14th, 15th, something like
15th,
that.
I think.
15th. So yeah, Tuesday the 15th, same time from 8 to 9. Same time.
Different
We're gonna
place.
get our toe tap on Untapped Music Radio. It's gonna be dope, y'all. I got some content that I'm gonna put together for y'all, man. I've been wanting to do it since I was on Facebook, but you know, Facebook be clipping if you play certain joints, which I understand, you know, the copyright
Yeah,
thing.
I don't do the 1 minute because that's too short. Remember, oatmeal takes at least 3 hours to cook. Remember, we can't do that. There's no such
So
thing. Remember?
I saw a what do you call it? Audition video today.
You did.
Hmm.
From who?
A very close person to us,
Was auditioning for what?
a dance to be in one of our videos as a dancer or a
Did they happen to have a little person with them?
yeah.
I saw that same thing.
So Eunice, if you still want to be a solid gold dancer,
Not solid gold, baby. I will give him for that. I know I'll get him. Trust me, I will get him for
cuz
that.
holla at me.
Look,
I got costumes and
I bet you
everything.
don't even already know what a solid gold dancer is.
Yo, cuz no, she, I type look, look,
Is anybody that old?
I typed that in the feed. I typed that in the feed as a comment. She laughed her behind off. She had a thing and said if what would be her profession if for people that know her,
She said, "Sign me up."
what would be her profession? And I said a solid gold dancer.
You
She
need
laughed.
a cat suit and some. What is that? The frenzy they used to
And
wear.
those cat tails and some sequin shoes. Man, listen, solid gold dancer.
That son is so retarded.
What is age, Eli?
Yeah,
What?
talking about what day does it start? He
It
is
start
so.
now. Sucker, listen to the radio now. Um, what else we got going on? There's so much, man. We be missing stuff. We come on and we tell you what we got going on about this thing and forget about
Yeah,
what we had. And then my sister Val, she has the show on the
sister
radio. It's
talk.
called Sister Talk with Valerie McAllister, your chocolate smoothie. And that's on Fridays at
It's
6,
sister talk with. It's on Fridays from 7:30
7:30.
to 8:30.
Yeah, Fridays. And it's dope, y'all. She got some dope topics and everything. And she still has the web series.
Mm-hmm.
The what is the Sisters of the Book Club or
The book club, Ladies of the Book
Ladies of the
Club,
Book
is
Club.
the web series.
Right. The web series is on YouTube and it's crazy. It's dope. It's crazy dope, y'all. So definitely tune into that. And so I guess we're gonna get that's what I know that's right. She said that's what happens when she hang with her granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
They
Those
get
grandkids be doing
they
it.
have you dancing and singing songs and baking cookies.
Mm-hmm.
They be baking cookies.
All that, all that.
They be making you bake cookies,
Him downstairs.
milky cookies.
So, we're gonna get into the show. Today's topic was inspired by my sister's topic. She was talking about making it through the wilderness, depression,
Well, what
and
is your wilderness?
yeah, what is your wilderness? And I decided to speak on depression. And one of the reasons why is because my sister's show had a profound effect on a lot of people, myself included. And whatever. And
Wait for
I've
it.
been trying to it's been on my heart to do this subject for a long time, but every time I just like ignore it. Stop it, baby. And I guess I've been kind of hesitant doing this topic, but if my sister can get out there and do it, then I figure so can I. It's picking on me. The reason why I wanted to do the topic about depression is because I just wanted to be a little bit more I wanted to talk more about the effects of it and exact what depression is. When I was in college, I took a psychology course, and one of the first things I learned that 98% of people have a mental illness. Mostly, yeah, isn't that amazing? 98%, mostly bipolar.
I'm not in that percentile.
Mostly everybody is it have some form of bipolar because bipolar has different forms.
What does that mean? Too cold when it's cold outside? Bipolar?
No. Oh, okay. That just means that can mean anything from depression or different personalities, or your emotions are on 2 levels or three levels or 5 levels, you know.
So if you had like 6 people in you, would that be the same?
Yep.
That's schizophrenia.
Yeah, it is, but that's all of it is a form of bipolar. No, there's so many levels of bipolar. Yeah. I learned that in
absolutely right.
I learned that in psychology class. But anyhow, so I suffer with manic depression. I've been that way since March 25th, 1986. That was the day that my mother passed away. And I've been on a roller coaster ever since.
And had I known that,
he's still with me.
She'd be doing Hatchett Chronicles by herself.
How can I do Hatchett Chronicles? I wouldn't be a Hatchet if that's what you're saying.
You've been doing whatever your last name Chronicles by yourself.
He's still with me.
I wouldn't even do that. You know how you have those cuckoo clocks? And the bird come out at 12 o'clock. Yeah, it's real.
Anyway, baby, I'm trying to be serious.
I am too.
Whatever.
I'm seriously scared right now.
Whatever.
There's some things I ain't knowing that's coming out.
So, and I've been blessed because when I tell y'all that God is good because my depression was so bad that when I tell you I have taken a bottle of pills and woke up at 3 a.m. and thought that I was dead. If I wasn't. I have walked across the highway, the busy street, very slow, begging to be hit. That's how bad my depression was. And
that depression was that plumb crazy.
A little more. And so, no, baby, we gotta be serious because there could be somebody out who really, really need the help.
No, you know what? And for real, I'm laughing and making a joke because it's serious, but laughter heals the soul. It cleanses the soul. And if you can feel at ease to talk about it instead of being tense trying to talk about it, because some people may not want to talk about it. But if you open the floor, right, to a comfortable place with some people that are comfortable, then you can open up and speak about certain things. I'm trying to just make a comfortable space for everybody. A couple of jokes here and there. You feel like you fit in. You want to laugh. You want to joke. Depression is a serious thing, but God doesn't give us the spirit of
Hi, mommy.
So I just feel like we open up the floor and make it comfortable. Then you know what I mean. Comments and you want to laugh, you want to joke. You know what I mean? It's serious, but you can also make a joke of it because, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be okay.
And I must say that, but God, but God, because He's the one. I've never been on antidepressant. I've been. They've tried to put me on volume and all kinds of stuff, and it was just nope. And my final psychology person that I went to was like, "Listen, you've been dealing with it this long, and you say you deal with it with God. Keep on doing what you're doing." And I trusted and believed in God. Now, that's not to say that it is not a very, it is as serious as cancer. It is as serious as addiction, a drug addiction, because most people don't understand that depression
It's a disease.
is a disease and it's a very serious one. And if not controlled, it can lead to death just like any other disease or any other addiction.
It will consume you.
It
You're right.
will consume you. And so and for and everybody has to deal in their own way. But the point is dealing. That's the main thing. Being able to deal. People see me now and they see me laughing, and I have a husband. I have been told that before. They be, well, you know, you have somebody, you know, you have to. But let me tell you something about that disease. You could be a millionaire on top of the world with a million friends, but that disease is debilitating, and it will make you feel like you're nothing or have no one, and you could have everything. So it's not about who you have around you. Yes, it helps to have supportive. My husband has helped me tremendously, but it's not about you can't. It's not something that you can lean on totally. You have to lean on yourself, and
Yeah,
you
because
cannot.
especially, you know, you keep leaning on me, it hurts. Even if I said,
You can.
Barney.
And you have to be able to deal one
So
way. You can't let yourself slip. You can't, because it's so easy to just say it's
forget about
easier.
it.
Yeah, it's easier to let yourself slip into it than it is to fight it. It's a hard fight. So it's so much easier to just slip into it instead of fighting.
So let's get to the comments. It says, Eleanor said,
I'm going to it
absolutely
now.
right, Terry. Then Eleanor said, you'd still be with her from whatever. Hi, Mom. Um,
Eleanor said, I'm going to do it now. Just came up on 1 year of mom's passing, and her birthday is the 18th.
wow.
Mom said, hey guys, 2 years on 11/21, my mom passed. You know, I think because there's different reasons why people go into depression, but one of the things that is really, and Eunice, we talked about this. One of the
And
things that
Eleanor, I give you my love, and it's going to be all right.
yeah, one of the things that really what threw me into minds was my passing of my mom. And for years, for 30 something years, I didn't deal with life very well, which I thought I was, and I didn't understand that it was because all those years I was going through the mourning process and everything of losing my mother. And so, you know, for that time, from the day she died up until that whole 30 something years, it was just, I went through there was times when I prayed to just get up, just to just get up, sit up out of bed. I had to pray. There was times when, and that's why I said, but God, because God saved my life so many times with so many things, walking across I should have been dead. Walking across a busy street, I could have got hit, but God saved me.
It's got a
It
purpose.
was nothing but God that saved me. When when I went into a depression, my hole was so deep that I didn't even know I was in a depression. And my son, one of my sons who never liked to read, was troublesome in school, came to me with not just a book. but he was reading the Bible. Now that had, if y'all anybody knew my son at the time, they would know that that was nothing but God. Because at the time he did not. Matter of fact, I had to take him out of school because he wasn't good in school, and he went into Job Corps. But when I tell you, God, oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
God, see, the devil don't want me to tell the story. God, God saved me so many times. And so that's what saved me. For everybody else, everybody has different reasons of what saved them.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was God. And when I tell you, Eleanor, it never goes away, but it does get better. It does get better. It took me 40 years, but it does get better.
At some point in time, um, all right, baby.
I gotta go listen more.
At some point in time, you know, it the load lightens up. You don't. It won't. The load doesn't go away, but the load lightens up. You know, because what is it? 3 years now. My sister, my youngest, my baby sister was murdered, and I don't like talking about that. I really don't like talking about that. But um, she was murdered brutally, and I'm still mourning and getting over that. And at first, there were, at certain points, I could see a picture of her, and I would break down and cry. I would have think about her, and I would break down and cry. And it's gotten a lot better. I still go through my moments. I still go through my little spells, and all of those different things that we go through when we miss. And I know that's not like losing a mom, but my family, my brothers and sisters and I, we are super close. And I used to rush home from school just to watch my little sister. I used to rush home from school just to get her and pick her up and keep an eye on her and ask mom if I could feed her. And, mom teach me how to change her diaper and put her clothes on her and put a onesie on her and all of that type of stuff. And man, I wasn't even going to football practice sometime. I'd be coming home just so I could be with my sister and my little brothers and stuff like that. So, I understand, to a certain extent. And like I said, I know it's not like losing your mom, but when you lose a loved one, it will take you into a spin where you go into a place that, sometimes you don't want to come out of. Sometimes you want to just stay right there, but then, God has a purpose for all of us. And sometimes we don't. Most of the time, we don't know what the purpose is, but sometimes you have to just check yourself and say, man, listen, would that person want me to sit in this room and do nothing?
But when you're depressed, you can't.
I mean, you're right. Sometimes you don't think like that.
Mom said it depends on the level of depression, and if it is due to a chemical imbalance, sometimes no matter how comfortable you are able to make a person, there are some you just cannot reach.
Yeah.
There are cases where the person has to have professional help. I learned this working of Catholic charities and behavior health care. I think that everybody should get some form of help. I think that if you have faith, that's wonderful and that can help you. But I think everybody needs some form of help because, or something, some kind of help, because that it is something that can really damage you if you don't get a hold of it.
Right.
You have to have a hold of it, and for some people, that means reaching out to something or something else for help.
Right.
And there are people on drugs because they have the chemical imbalance of be depression or schizo, and so that's why they became drug addicted to escape from that.
And another thing too, Millie Mills, what's up, Millie Mills Vega? That's my girl. She's a dope DJ, y'all. She is crazy. Another
Mom
thing.
said Shafiq's anniversary is August 17, 2018.
Yeah, 2018, 1920. Yeah. So I think that too with that, you can't be afraid to reach out for help. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to reach out, and sometimes I mean I know you might be in that place and don't want to talk to nobody and don't want to speak on it and stuff like that. But just like you just said, like, you know, there are, if you reach out, if you try to reach out, or, if someone is trying to talk to you about it or something like that, at least try to pay attention, to what, the information that someone is giving you, whether it's, due to a chemical imbalance or not. If there's someone there to help or someone mentions that you should seek help, I think that you shouldn't, uh, like brush that off. I think you should go with that. Eleanor.
Eleanor said, I hide behind my craziness, find a reason to smile and look ahead to better days. I think everybody has to find a way to cope because you have to, as I said, you have to deal. There's no way around it. It's like having cancer or having what they call lupus or anything like that. It if you don't cope with it, it will suck you. It will take you under. So you have to deal with it. But everybody has different ways of dealing. You have to find your way of dealing with it. And again, like Mom said, you know, the number one way is reaching out and getting some help because 9 times out of 10, you can't deal with that thing by yourself.
And if you don't get help, that thing will consume you, and it'll have so much power over you that you won't want to get up and try to do anything. That you'll just lay in a space. And okay, so Millie Mills said this topic is near and dear to my heart. I'm so glad to see you talking about it. Yeah, thank you, Mills.
Thank you. And that's one reason my sister actually she has her sister talk on Friday 7:30 to 8:30, and that was one of her topics. And it's been on my heart, but I kind of like skipped over it because I don't know. It's a very hard subject to talk about. I will say that.
It's a touchy subject.
But it does need to come out. If we could just help one person, it does, because there's so many people living with it. There's so many people.
And they hide it.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about it, and they don't share with you, and they don't, and they think that something's wrong.
Or people gonna think they crazy,
right? Or that there's something's. Oh man, that joker shot out. Man, that joker crazy. But you never know. You never know. So Eunice said, My
mom lost her mom when she was 15 years old. I believe she suffered from depression as a result. When she passed, I prayed immediately to God to remove the weight of hurt off of me because I was afraid I would end up the same.
Wow.
And I understand that because my kids for a long time, I debilitated them because they couldn't feel free to celebrate Mother's Day or celebrate me because my mother passed away around Mother's Day. So that day was always a black day for me. I didn't like it. It didn't celebrate it, didn't believe in it. And so my kids wanted to celebrate me for Mother's Day, but because I was like I was, they couldn't and they didn't know how. And they would call me sometimes when they got older and just say, I love you, because they were afraid to say Happy Mother's Day. And when I finally came out and realized that I debilitated them with my issue, I had to go back and correct that, because you pass that on. And that's not a good thing. We need to learn how to break the chain, talk about it, and deal with it so our kids won't have to bear that burden.
And Eunice said, same here. And Mom said, there are people who self-medicate because
psych meds have you like a zombie. That is why a lot of people use weed. Exactly.
That's why a lot of people use weed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. People take the drugs because...
Well, I guess that's why I use weed, because my mind be tripping too.
You know what?
I guess.
Mommy, yeah.
Sometimes my bipolar kick in. I don't know if I'm DJing or making a beat, or something.
You know what, Eunice? That's true too. She said sometimes it's hard to find someone you can trust your pain with.
That's exactly right.
And Eleanor said, often we're not grieving for the ones who have passed. We grieve for ourselves for what we have lost. That is bullseye. That's on. It's not. And someone told me once that my mom was turning on. I wouldn't let my mom rest because I was grieving so hard for her. I don't know whether that was the right thing to say to me at the time. I think you have to be careful what you say to people.
Sure you do. You have to be mindful of all the things you say.
I think on the trust issue, Eunice, though, we have to find somebody we can trust because of how being afraid debilitates us. It kind of makes our depression worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we're afraid of what people might think of us, but then that leaves us all alone. And let me tell you something. There was times if I was alone, I don't know if I would be here. God placed people in my life at the time because there has been times when I've called one of my baby sisters with pill bottles in front of me, in my hand, ready to take. And I just needed her to just be there to help me through that moment. So we do need somebody. My daughter suffers from schizo and a lot of different mental, emotionally things. And there's times when she has called me and I've had to pray that demon out. And at the time, that's what I called it, and that's what I did, and call on God for it,
That's my favorite, man. Boy, I love her so much, man. That's crazy. I hate to see her have her episodes. I be talking to her, and she be like, "But Pop, you don't, baby. I don't know. Haven't been in that space. But what I can tell you is that whatever you need, if you want me to hug you and hold you, then come on over here so I can hug you and hold you, and you can tell me all about it. And just empty out whatever cup you have. Just pour it out, and I'm gonna sit here and listen, and we're gonna figure something out. Because I'm not gonna, I won't turn. I won't. I gotta give her all the love that I can, and I will hold her and talk with her, and whatever she want to cry, I'll cry with her. Man, listen, we gonna make it all right.
Mommy said, I'm not minimizing anyone's depression, but depression from a loss of a loved one is not the same as a chemical imbalance.
That's right, Mom.
Depression. It's not, Mom, but you know what?
That's right.
Sometimes you can have that chemical imbalance and not know it until something happens. It's like a cut, and that causes something worse to happen. Sometimes people already has the chemical imbalance and it just takes something to bring it out. Like a person who has a chemical imbalance and they are molested, and that brings out that chemical imbalance. Um Not everybody, but a lot of people already has a chemical imbalance. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. When I took my psych class, 98% of people are, according to statistics at the time.
Yeah, I was going to say this.
That was at the time. I took that psych class when I was in college, and that was years ago. It might be higher, it might be lower now. But 98 at the time, 98% of people was had some form of bipolar, some form or another. So when I read that, my thinking on that was that means that 98% of the people in the world is already crazy, has a chemical imbalance. It just takes something to bring it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it takes somebody to blow at them and knock at them to bring it out. But I do know that a lot of times, if somebody is already with a chemical imbalance or already have some issues, that's just the tap that brings it out, or the opening, or the unbuttoning, or the zipper, or whatever you want to call it.
I think I have a chemical imbalance too, because now.
Yeah, Mom said exactly. Bipolar does not show up until a person is 25 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think my chemical imbalance kicked in when I smoked pizza.
You know what? Mommy, help me! Help me! Help me! Oh my God.
I'm just trying to make light of it. You know what? No, seriously. And I don't share this with everybody, but I have lymphedema. And I think my chemical imbalance was having lymphedema because um, when I went to a specialist, he told me that it was dormant in my system for years since I was a kid, right? And I told you about the night, that I got into the fight and all of that, and I scratched my leg on the gate. You know what I mean? We had this huge fight, and everybody was just going crazy, and I scratched my leg on the gate, and the next day my leg blew up like a balloon
Mm-hmm.
and was leaking fluid and everything, and I had to go to the hospital, to the emergency room because of that. And I think that's what the my chemical imbalance was. Mom, what?
Mom said, "Don't just with bipolar and biracial too." You know what? I get what you
Tommy
mean.
Jefferson.
Eleanor said it's like having a long burning fuse that finally blows if you hold it in. Yep,
Yeah,
basically that's what it is.
it's like holding a firecracker when it gets to the end. Bam!
Yeah, basically that's what it is.
And it's over.
But one thing I know for sure, we need to bring it out. We need to talk it because you'll be surprised who else is dealing. You look at people and you don't know what they're going through. But you could save somebody's life by just saying, "Hey, how you doing today?"
It's a conversation.
Yep. Depression definitely have a new face. A lot of people suffered silently
Yeah, they do.
for a long time because I think back in the day, if something like that was like, "Oh, you crazy, something wrong with you," it wasn't.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just getting ready to address that. She said silently. So a lot of people will hold on to that, right?
Hmm.
And they won't say anything because quote unquote the way society is,
Hmm.
we call it society says people. So quote unquote society says people may that joker just crazy or he ain't nothing but a fool or you understand? They look at it as if it's nothing, like they
Hmm.
blow it off, right? But have no idea the severity of what it's doing to that
Hmm.
person's family, because
Hmm.
everything is a springboard at this point,
Hmm.
right? So it's springboarding from you, and then your reaction and your actions and the way that you feel and the way that you move and things, it does tend to affect others around you. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And like sometimes when you don't feel like talking or you're in one of your moods, and I say, "Babe, what's wrong?" and I don't want to talk about it. And I just see this look on your face, and it just seems like you're down, right?
Hmm.
It brings me down.
Hmm.
And when I tell you that, and I
Hmm.
say, babe, you bringing me down too. What's the matter? Let's talk about it so that I'll know at least I can, if there's something I can say, something I could do to get you out of that space. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
To where as though you're not just sitting there and you're hanging around in there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because it's not a good place to hang out at.
And
You know
like
what I
I
mean?
said, it is so easy to give into it because the energy it takes to fight it is
There's a lot
so
of energy.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so much that it's easy. And like you said, Eleanor, like you was dealing today, you know, even if sometimes it's good to have somebody, if you just call them, you don't have to say nothing to, like my sister for a long time was mine. So I could just call her and she would say, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "I don't know, nothing." And either we would just sit there and start talking. By the end of the conversation, we'd be laughing at something silly, or I would just get it out. I would just cry and she would just listen or whatever. But sometimes it's good to have somebody to be that sounding board, even if they don't say nothing.
Hmm.
But just to let it out, just because if it stays inside you, it's going to build up and build up and build up. And the next thing you know, you'll be in a place where.
You look up and you've been in a room for 2 weeks
And that has happened to
and
me.
not know that you've been in the room for 2 weeks,
That
and
has
it
happened to
seemed
me.
like you just been laying down for 10 minutes and it turned into 2 months. How is a chemical imbalance diagnosed? I think that you would have to do research to find out exactly what type of chemical imbalance it is, right? And then what you could do is, seek seek a physician or someone that's in that kind of field. Do some research on that. But you know what I say, man? Look, listen, and y'all might think I'm crazy for saying this, and y'all might think I'm tripping, but I'm telling you, smoke some weed, man. I'm telling you, y'all people don't, listen, and I'm not saying that as a joke and all of that stuff, but I'm telling you, that's God's plan. And that thing helps with asthma, it helps with glaucoma. I have arthritis crazy. I have severe osteoarthritis. And that means my bones rub together. There's no cartilage. Man, listen, get you some weed, man. I'm telling you. Get you some weed.
I will say this: if you seek professional help, I would say find someone who's compatible to you. That is very important. Don't sit
That
up
too.
there with somebody who don't understand or
And that's
don't
going to be
know
judgmental.
and don't and think that medicine is the answer or think that they know the world and they know the answer just because they got a degree. If you're gonna find, there's nothing wrong with going with a psychiatrist or going to
No,
a
nothing
psychologist.
at all.
Nothing at all.
I mean,
The problem is who you go to.
right.
The problem is finding the one that's compatible with you, that can understand and that can help you. You don't want to go to somebody that has no clue
On what to do, how to treat, how to
or
whatever.
or think that their book smart
Right.
is
And
the
they know
answer
what
for
it is.
everybody
Right.
in every situation,
Right.
and don't know how to departmentalize the situation.
And you know what? Not and I just wanted to say this too. Not only weed, but there's sea moss. There's all kinds of herbs, turmeric. It's all everything, man. It's a holistic thing that you could get into that you know um that will cure the body. That'll heal the body, like Doctor said,
And the mind,
and
because
the mind, and the chemical
chemical
imbalance, and
imbalance
all of
has
that.
a lot to do with food. Trust me when I say I
Yeah,
know that. Let me tell you something. I'm the girl in the bubble, okay? I don't act like it, but I should. Because I'm allergic to just about everything under the sun, y'all. I'm allergic to antibiotics. That's how bad it
that's a
is.
fact.
Okay? So I know that food, you'd be surprised. Food can change your attitude, the way you think, the way you feel in your head.
Hmm.
So a lot of chemical imbalance is from what you eat and your intake. Like, I think one thing that, because I smoked for years, but one thing that was good for me is that no matter what, I've always been a water drinker. I mean, I drink water before I will pick up water before I pick up anything. And in my heydays when I was drinking alcohol, I would pick up water before I pick up anything else. So water is one thing that I think that saved me because I was drinking and smoking cigarettes. So, if it wasn't for the water, I think that I would have been a little bit more unhealthy, put it that way. These days I don't eat as well as I should, but eating healthy can definitely change
Hmm.
or help with chemical imbalance. I had a friend whose son had what do you call it? Where the hyper D, what is that?
Oh,
HDD. And she didn't believe in medicine either. And
attention deficit
yeah,
disorder.
and they wanted to put her son on meds, and she said no. And she took her son home and changed his eating habits. And when I tell you this little boy, now I don't suggest this for everybody. I'm not medical, but I'm just saying. I'm telling you from my experience. This little boy tipped over a glass one time, and he had a fit. He had a fit like somebody was tearing his butt up. And all he did was tipped over. He spilled the but he was HDD, and that's how they act. But she changed his eating habits. She went all natural with him. And when I tell you there was a 100%, not 90-degree, 100-degree turnaround with this little boy just from changing his eating habits. So when I tell you I've seen, and even with me, when I eat certain things, it changes my eating habits and it changes the way I act. I know that for me, I can't even take vitamins because there's something in vitamins that I'm gonna look that throws my equilibrium off. So I like I said, Joel, I'm the little girl in the bubble. Yeah, because I can barely have. I'm allergic to everything. So
Eleanor said, I'm not smoking any weed. Can't handle the munchies. Fat and depressed. No
no thanks.
thanks.
I know that's right. But food make you happy sometimes.
So does weed.
Um, Eunice said, I'm definitely all things herbal. Lavender essentials. Oh, that makes you feel real good. Yeah, that
Yeah,
puts you in
man.
a. Oh, lavender puts you in a nice place.
Yeah, man.
Lavender oil is excellent to help calm your mind down. It's a great sleep aid too. Yeah,
Yeah.
lavender is. Oh my goodness. Yes, I agree, Eunice. Lavender puts you in a real
Yeah.
nice place.
It's a beautiful
And
thing.
you'll be like, woo woo, the world is wonderful. ADHD changed Moochie's eating habits, and it did not do anything at all. And like I said,
Mom.
Mom, it
You're
might
right,
not
Mom.
be for everybody. I'm just saying through my experience. She took her son home. She didn't put him on medicine. She changed his eating habits, and it was a change. But like I said, that's not for everybody. It might not be for everybody. I'm just saying
Eleanor,
what
you
happened
know
with him.
what? I'm gonna get
The
you
right man will make me happy.
I'm gonna get you a blow up doll.
No. Blow up seed. Did I say that? I'm sorry.
You know what, Urkel? The right man. I'm gonna get you a blow up doll. That's exactly
Make
what you
him
want for
lavender.
Christmas. Yeah, so she can go to sleep on it. How about that? Well, I mean, you know,
I think again, it's different strokes for different folks, and I don't know how. I can't say how everybody should handle it. All I say is handle it. It has to be handled. It doesn't matter how you handle it. It just has to be handled. It's something that you can't just try to ignore or try to get over. It might not even be something that you can handle by yourself.
that's a fact. Ain't nothing like the real thing, Frank. Yeah, yeah, I
Ain't
know, I
nothing
know.
like the real
I
thing,
asked you not to
baby.
do that on air.
Ain't nothing like the real thing.
There's gonna be a drubbing happening in a minute.
Ain't nothing.
And 5.
That sounded
4.
good, baby.
No, it did not.
It didn't sound good, y'all.
No.
Mommy, did I sound good?
You can ask.
Mommy said I can say what I want to.
You can ask Idi Amin if he was still alive if you sound good. I don't care. You don't sound good and you need to stop it right now. We're not asking you to sing or do any kind of concert. This is Hatchett Chronicles. You speak to the people. That's it. We don't do all the singing crap. We don't do none of that. I don't know what is wrong with her. She's crazy. It's the imbalance of the chemical. That's what. And she needs to smoke the weed.
Oh, I put him on meds and almost was driven to take some meds myself, but he was ADHD and neurologically impaired.
Yeah, my nephew was a little.
That's something different.
My nephew was a little O to the F to the F.
O to the F. Oh.
You know what? If you really meant that, really meant that, I don't know. I'm going to reevaluate some things
here. And what are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? Really?
I'm going to the other room. I'm packing up and I'm leaving.
And I'm coming to. That sounds good.
No, it did not sound good. What in the world are you smoking?
I don't know. You got something?
No.
I might need a.
You need to leave it where it is. Whoever made that song, let them sing it.
Can you please tell these people that I can sing if I want to?
You know what?
Please tell him that I
Mom
can
don't have
sing.
to listen to it.
Mom, can you please tell them I
I
can
don't
sing
want to
if
hear
I
that.
want
I
to?
don't care what she says.
It's my body and I
You know
cry if
what?
I want
I'm
to.
getting ready to end the Hatchet Chronicles in like 2.3
He's
seconds.
always threatening me,
Thank you
you guys.
guys.
Are y'all
I
really gonna
appreciate
let him
you.
get away with threatening me? This is on air. Somebody do something.
What they gonna do? What?
Somebody help me. This is live. Sing your heart out, Terry.
You know what? Eleanor is a troublemaker, and I bet you she
See,
calls.
mommy said you can sing, sweetie, if you want to. My mommy said, it's my body and I cry if I want to.
Mhm.
Cry.
Go right ahead. Mhm. And when all of them are sleeping comfy in their beds at night,
Terry, don't feel bad. I can't sing either, but it's so fun pretending. Yeah, Eunice said that. Yeah, it is.
listen.
Because there's a song that says, sing out loud, sing out strong. No matter if you can or not, just sing a song. Haven't you ever heard that song before?
Not that rendition. I've never heard that rendition at all. I'm,
Yeah, I'll
I'm can't understand it. But that's I don't want to hear it. I can't. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't hear it. Don't want to hear it.
Am I giving you a headache, babe? When we got married, I'm gonna go back to our
I
vows.
don't want to go back to none of that as long as you sing it. That's my jam, Terry.
See?
You know what? Y'all keep. All right.
Which one? Any requests, y'all?
I have one. Silent Night.
Solid.
No, literally. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What have I done? How has that forsaken me? I don't understand where I went wrong. Mom, why didn't you stop me, Mommy?
She tried to. That's what you get for not listening. Is it safe to say that some of our depression is caused by others? Yes.
Yes, it is. Especially if it's a person that's close to you, they live with you, they should be next to you.
Oh, you know many times. Oh. Honestly, though, seriously, Eunice, it's not. It might appear to be somebody causing it, but really, it's what's inside of you.
Mhm.
It really is. I can say because I've been into some jacked up marriages, and I can say it was them because that's when I was at my lowest point. But really, it was me, and it wouldn't have mattered who I was with if I had that chemical imbalance or that going on that I did not deal with. Then it just, it would have flared up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Some things and some incidents and some people might make it worse or make it flare up, but really it's you and something that you have to deal with inside.
And you just have to, somewhere along the line find a way to figure out first you have to find out how and understand what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And face it.
Yeah.
And say, okay, well, I know that this is what I'm dealing with, and I know I need to get help. I've been laying here for I feel like 10 minutes, but in actual reality, I've been laying in this bed for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And I think sometimes
you gotta just face it.
What you're dealing with cause you to be with certain people because of you not dealing with whatever's inside of you.
I mean, Eleanor said, as long as you know your worth, no one can bring you down. That's the truth. Because I know I'm worth it. Look, I'm worth a pretty bit, a ton.
Yeah, you're worth a ton.
So what are you trying to say?
That you're worth a whole lot, baby.
Because I'm a big guy? Is that what you were getting at?
No, because you're worth.
You could have said a pretty penny. You could have said worth
a
$1 billion.
Penny is not a lot.
You could have said you were worth royalty, anything but a ton.
A ton means you're worth so much.
A ton is only 2,000 pounds.
Well, if you look at it like that.
So really?
Okay, you're worth 10 tons.
Mom, I need you to come and get her, or make a phone call and call Valerie to get her sister. I'm finished with these conversations.
I agree with you, Eleanor, about nobody can bring you down and nobody can bring you up. Because, like I said earlier, my husband has helped me a lot, but I can't depend on my husband for my happiness. That's for me to make myself happy. And in making myself happy, I can.
You know what, Eleanor? I try my best.
You're a cowboy. You're bringing yourself down.
You know, I try my best to,
A lot of people, Mom.
Wait. What?
Mom said some people deal with depression with sleep. A lot of people. Yeah. That was one of my problems because I would just get in a bed, and the next thing I know, I remember one time I was going through a depression, and I didn't even know I had went into depression. I had came back from a very bad experience. I dropped my bags down and I got in the bed and I stayed in the bed for 2 weeks and I did not realize how low I had sank. I mean, I didn't even get up to go to the bathroom. I laid in that bed for 2 weeks, just sleeping. And that's when it took my son Elijah to come in the room with a Bible and was like, Mom, I was reading this. What does this mean? And that's what brought me back because I was in a very, very dark place. And, guys, I'm telling you, if y'all want to know more about what I went through with my depression, buy my book, The Power of God, $15, $3 shipping and handling. But I'm telling you, it will tell you all the things I went through in my depression. I went through some stuff with my depression, and I fought. Yeah, I put my changes on. But if you want to know more, get the book.
Want to know all about it? Buy the book. Eleanor said, Frank, you're a cowboy. You bring yourself down. You know what, Eleanor? If I was a naked pigeon.
Mom said, watch it, Ellie, with the cowboy. Malarkey.
If I was a naked pigeon, I'd feel the same way you feel. I would like to talk about everyone too.
Baby, that's not
nice. I'm talking about the eagles.
I know, but that don't sound right. A naked pigeon.
Yeah, they're naked. They're just a naked pigeon running around.
Steve said no one can make us happy because happiness comes from within. They can contribute to your happiness. You're right. Yeah, and that's why you have to deal with the depression.
And you can't deal with Eagles fans because they do not add to happiness. They bring you down. There's nothing but birds. Correct. No, not even that strong. You going to the Chiefs? You going to the Chiefs?
Steve said, Eleanor, I agree. Yeah. Of course you would agree with Eleanor.
Anyway, you're not going into all of that this evening?
I'm just saying.
We are an hour and 4 minutes.
Well, I'm just saying, he come on talking about, I agree, Eleanor.
I'm going to go and have dinner.
What you having for dinner? Oatmeal?
Y'all hear this oatmeal crap all the time? Oh, are you? Get Help while you can.
Happiness depends on the situation, but joy comes from God. Amen. And He has given me so much
Steve
joy.
said my boys lost tonight and I'm depressed.
Who's your boys? Who's the team?
I don't know.
Who's your team?
I think the Steelers. Steelers got a
It's
great
still nothing
squad.
tonight, huh?
Smart. They ain't steal up. Sure didn't steal the game this season. Didn't steal a kickoff.
I'm sorry, Steve. See, we don't know what they're going through right now. He might be going through something. And we saying talking about his team.
Well, they could.
He's gonna go to sleep and sleep for 2 days because we talking about
and
him.
he'll wake up.
We're
and
sorry.
They still didn't steal a win. Still a win.
Maybe if you go to sleep and wake up, then they'll win the game. By the time you woke up, maybe they have won a game. I can talk because I don't have no team at all. Your wife has I'm sorry, you were late. That's why I'm messing with you. See, your girl messing with you too. She said, "Oh no, not the Steelers."
See, I don't know. It's always quick to jump on somebody that ain't an Eagle fan. She gets on my last nerve.
He said, "Hell no, don't stop."
If you don't get off the bandwagon, well, listen, you guys.
I'm waiting. The Bill and the Niners.
She's watching the Bills.
Oh, I'm watching the. Oh, I can't.
Who's winning, Mom? I think the Bills should be.
Oh, you had to say that you was watching the Niners, Mom? Really? Well, really, Mom?
But, so listen, you guys, to the dance.
Frank, you know I love you. You know you love me.
Sometimes.
She based it up.
I don't know, Eleanor. Sometimes we be all right. Sometimes you be trying to go for my jugular. And I don't like that when you do that because I'm always being nice to you, really. And you just,
You're not always nice to her.
I am too.
You're not.
I'm nice to her.
You're telling a liar.
I'm nice to her until she gets to talking about coming to our house and staying a week.
And oatmeal.
When she does that, talks about Cowboys fans. You know, I get depressed and I'm not so happy about it.
Do you sleep for 2 days?
Oh, do I? Just try to get her out of my mind. And the first thing that happens is when I open up the Facebook page.
Ma, I didn't say. All I said is I made an observation that you was watching the Niners. It was just an observation, you know. I'm in discovery mode. That's all.
You don't want it, Mom. Said you don't.
I'm just in discovery. I'm discovering.
Well, she said you don't want it. You know, she went into her bag, right?
Yeah, I'm just discovering. Just tune in. Don't know the score yet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just discovering.
Said, "Oh, please, I'm leaving. Where you going? Where you going? Where are you? You leaving? Where you going? Sit your behind down and finish up the Chronicles. Now, you understand? And drink your milk with it."
Oh, now see, I'm not starting it, but let me see if I can get. When am I gonna get an invite, Eleanor?
You know what, y'all?
Oh, Steve, you can have an invite anytime.
I don't know why. I don't know why y'all would.
I ain't take my mess today.
Yo.
She said, Hold up, I don't take orders. Terry, look at me.
Look, he said, yeah, take your meds. I was like, what? Yo, my face was priceless. I couldn't do it again if I tried.
What edible, Steve? I'm waiting for some.
Not edible.
Where are they? I need them. I'm unbalanced right now.
Help with her bipolar. Help with her bipolar. It
I'm
might turn into
bipolar.
50. Instead of bipolar, it'll turn into 50.
Oh, God.
Well, Gucci.
No, see, I had to, because, y'all, we replay this on the on Untapped Music Radio. We replayed the Hatchett Chronicles so y'all can hear the audio. And so, see, I had to do the characters so that they would know what's going on. Because, like, if you can't see it, you won't know what's going on. So, Steve, I was acting like Steve and Eleanor. So we can.
Oh, that's Boss Man. TGIF.
Congratulations.
What's good, bro? What's good, Boss Man? Steve said you actually don't.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
I
was just about to.
Oh, that's Boss Man, Boss Man. I was trying to figure out what y'all said. What's up, Boss Man?
Well,
okay, so look,
on that note,
y'all is just.
I love to have
you took someone's
giggly Greta.
No, Mark, I was looking for the meds and I couldn't find them. Okay.
You was looking for yours.
I was looking for some.
And took somebody else's.
And I just couldn't find them. I'm convinced about animals.
You know what?
No, trust me. Edibles are worse. Remember? Edibles are worse. Yeah, okay. You already done put it out there. Everybody know what you do.
All right, anyway, so.
Steve, hold on. That ain't my sexy season.
What? Huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, Bob. So, listen, you guys. I'm starting to cramp up here. I'm ready to get out. Remember. LOL.
Okay, y'all lost.
Yeah, that's on y'all. Y'all got to do that.
Okay, see, understand that again. I said we're replaying this show audio on Untapped Music Radio. So if y'all say things on Sunday, yeah, at 3. So if y'all say things that's not understood, I have to play y'all so that it can make sense, so that the audience that hear, because they can't see, they'll only be hearing. So that's why I'm acting like Steve.
Every comment.
Yeah, and I'm acting like Steve and Eleanor.
You know what?
Because he said, remember.
Nobody asked you to try to...
You used to do when we was dating. My husband had this laugh when we was dating, y'all. And I swear it sounded like, beware of him. Because I would say something to him and he would go, like, and I would think, oh my God, what is going on? He's trying to trick me. He had this wicked, sexy laugh that he would do. You said remember the edibles. He had some edibles.
No, I didn't have any edibles, not this evening.
No, but we don't want to talk about that because that was a horrible experience.
Man, I was stuck. I couldn't even move.
I couldn't stop laughing, and I didn't want to laugh. It was very serious, but I couldn't be
You was
serious.
laughing so hard. My baby.
I was in a place that I did
I
not
don't
like.
want to do this ever again,
I
baby.
couldn't get out. Yeah, I was laughing for nothing, and I couldn't stop.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
Terry, where are you? Definitely on something tonight. I'm not on anything tonight.
Oh my God.
Stop saying that. You're making me paranoid.
Yo, Steve, I rock with this every day. So you,
There's nothing wrong, really. Who's behind me?
on Word, Steve, you had a crazy experience on them edibles too. Yeah, them things that have you stuck, boy.
Yeah,
Especially if you take a high dosage, man. Listen,
it was horrible.
I
It
was
was something
high
that I would never want to experience
for
again.
10 hours. I was high for 10 hours.
He was hot for 2 days because he stayed in that same spot for 2 days. He did not move. It was 2 days, babe.
Yeah, well, see,
And I laughed.
I was
No lie,
stuck.
I laughed for about 5 hours straight. Could not stop. And it was I laughed so much that it hurt me. But I couldn't stop laughing. And it wasn't funny. I just couldn't stop
Oh,
laughing.
you had two gummies. I had a brownie.
Yeah, we had a brownie.
Carrie's just overly happy tonight. Yeah, she is. Frank, keep your phone handy. Just saying. I know, right, Mom? I know. I got you, Mom. Word. That's what's up. I'm finna holler at you in a minute.
Mom, are you talking about me?
What you doing?
Yeah. But I thought I was your favorite. You're like,
Cry me a river. And thinking comes from not knowing. Get yourself together.
don't say that.
Lord, Lord, Lord. And the infamous words of my mom, oh, Lordy. All right, y'all. We're going to have to cut it short tonight, man.
I enjoyed it.
We enjoyed y'all this evening.
Thank you so much. We have a replay for anybody who's missed the Hatchet Chronicles. The audio is on. I would never. The audio will be on Untapped Music Radio on Sundays at 3 p.m. For anybody who wants to hear the replay audio of the Hatchet Chronicles. My sister has a show called Sister Talk that's on Fridays on Untapped Music Radio from 7:30 to 8:30. Her replay is on Saturdays at 6 to 7. Guys, tune in. Untapped Music Radio. We are
We're really
really,
doing our thing right now.
yeah, I'm really proud of that, baby.
It's time consuming, but it's worth it. We're having a good time doing it, and we are really blessing some people. And there's people from all over the place that are listening, Ireland and all over, man. And it's a new endeavor for us, and we're having a good time. I got some DJs coming on.
See, we got your music.
Yeah, we're going to.
Thank you very much. We will be playing that. We will be calling you for an interview, too, by the way. So
She said it was great. I'm getting under the covers. Good night.
I know that's right. Me too. Because it's cold.
Yeah, good night, all. Love you, Steve. That's what Mom said. All right, y'all. We love y'all, man. Any comments? What's up, fam?
We have
Wait,
space.
you came just in time to say good night.
We have space for new topics. So anybody
with a topic, definitely inbox me, inbox my wife. Give us some topics coming up, for the holidays. If you've got a cousin that always want to cook and his food is trash, would you tell them? Any kind of topic,
Also, if you want to hear more about my depression experience or the things that I went through, The Power of God, $15, $3 shipping and handling.
And with that being said,
Steve, I love you in spite of you always not giving me edibles.
or bean pies.
Oh yeah, Steve.
See, and I shouldn't even say nothing. I threw you under the bus, Steve.
Yeah, he
Word.
did.
I did.
He threw
My
you under
bad,
the
car.
bus.
My bad, car.
Steve, we gonna have to talk about the bean pie that makes me a little loony.
Yeah, look, Reef said I'm just getting off work, and I have some topics.
Oh,
Well,
Steve
put
said
them in my inbox. Yo.
topic is edible experience. Oh, you want to have a topic about the edible experience? Because I had a couple. Even when I was young, I had some
we can do that.
experience. Good topic, Steve. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Sharif has some topics.
Yeah, put it in my inbox, Reef. Mom said, "Yeah, I remember the past." With that being said, we are the Hatchett Chronicles. We love y'all, and we are out.
Peace. Oh, that sounds good. Can we do that? Bean pie apple. They would sell really good. We could make some money off of that. Okay. We'll talk about it afterwards.